Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Oakland Raiders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing now is Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, when you think of these two teams, two franchises, Baltimore and Oakland, Charles, what comes to mind?
Well, the ghost to the post in the late 1970s, but remember, that was the Baltimore Colts, who are now in Indianapolis. These are the Ravens, who came from Cleveland and formerly were the Browns.
Well, they also have some history, though. The Ravens, between these two teams, won an AFC championship game in 2001. Also beat a Derek Carless Raiders 30-17 in Oakland a year ago. Cooper's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
7:34. Hey, Raider 2. Down. You ready?
Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First down, Raiders. The former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw, it's Carr. He'll dump it off, complete to Lynch. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Now Carr throwing on second down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jordy Nelson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games? Well, it can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Carr now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 24. Here's Carr to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He's going to let this one go deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. And some room to work. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Get down, get down. Get ready.
Now Carr. Caught by Nelson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. From the gun, it's Carr. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
They'll run with Lynch. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And now it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. First down, the run with Lynch. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
4 down.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Carr now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down. Carr now to throw. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Carr now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Carr to throw on second down. And he's got his tight end, Cook, in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And he knocks it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And he's able to get it out of there. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Get down, get down. All right,
On second down, here's Carr. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Cook. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Raiders on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Now Carr. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop the throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His throw incomplete. The tight end Julius Thomas, the intended target. 3rd down here.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And they'll run it here. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Lynch. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Down, 180.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing his car on third down. An open man is Switzer, complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on third. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 22. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah. We'll
find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They go play action here on first down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there at 22. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead now down to 20. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, he's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook. On first and 10, here's Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 48-yard line. On play action, it's Carr. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to throw now on second and 10. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Flacco looking for his first toss. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. A big-time third down play for the Ravens. 54 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, Flacco. And he's going to go down again. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Flacco and the Ravens now, after the sack, need something good here on 3rd and long. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Now Carr. It's caught. Nelson.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Cooper was the target there. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pick up there of 20 yards. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll go on the ground. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
The Ravens on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They come out here in the I. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it second and goal. They get it to him running left, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And now Flacco will bring up the Ravens offense to try for 2. Flacco from the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Carr gives to Marshawn. Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Carr. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here now, Johnny Townsend on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around.
Rewind.
Backing into the end zone, Flacco. And his throw is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. From his own end zone, Flacco buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Down. Lady.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Raiders on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Down. Lady.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he finds Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jared Cook, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On fourth down, it's Collins. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
What a nice physical tackle by the safety there. And this guy's playing strong safety, which is really a hybrid position. You got to be able to cover back deep, but also you're almost like a linebacker up near the line of scrimmage. They count on him to make big hits in the game.
Richard, and he's going to take this one down to the 25. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Again, it's Richard. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Hey, we got 4.
On 2nd down, Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Flacco now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. And an alley to run. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game, but these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.